Okay, here it is, guys. This is the bride review. I did review this in post form on Instagram if you care to read it there. But just wanted to give a quick little synopsis or rundown, I guess, if you will, of what I thought about it. So I guess it won't be a synopsis, but I can give you that as well. If you are unfamiliar with this book, it has kind of been all over the place, but if you're not into paranormal romance, fantasy, then maybe this just isn't on your radar. But just like the little blurb on the inside, a vampire bride and an alpha werewolf form a dangerous alliance in this enthralling new paranormal romance. So this wasn't like my very first paranormal romance because I was a huge Twilight fan. So that's what I want to say right away. This gave me so many Twilight vibes, but very adult Twilight. So I would just say that right there. If you are not a spice fan, then maybe don't read this book. I still gave it a solid 4 stars. I don't go out of my way to avoid spice by any means, but I don't like it excessively, and I do feel like this verged on excessive. It was in several chapters. I did not take note of it or anything, so I feel bad if you would want to be able to watch out for specific chapters. I mean, granted, it won't take you long to realize once you get to those chapters what I'm talking about. But I think the reason the spice was just more cringe for me in this book was because it was between a vampire and a werewolf, and it got weird, guys. It got really weird. So yeah, I feel like human to human contact, okay, it's normal. Like, nothing I haven't heard or read before, whatever. But yeah, some of the stuff in this book is very weird, and I think that was the point. Obviously, it's not like Ali Hazelwood did that by accident or anything, but it was just like my overall preference. So if there could have been a little less of that, I would have been fine with it, because I felt like it started taking away from the plot just a little. And that's when I'm like, that's how I feel about books with spice. I feel like if it's in there a little bit, like in a couple chapters, that's fine. But if it's still mostly plot driven, okay. But yeah, I did enjoy the plot. I felt like there was, it was intriguing enough. I wanted to keep reading, that's for sure. This was my first Ali Hazelwood book, by the way. And I do want to go back and read some of her others. I'm actually really intrigued by her YA book. That one's been on my TBR for a while, so I may do that one next. Otherwise, yeah, I'll go back and read, I think it's a 3-book series, I'm pretty sure. And it's very science oriented, because I feel like she has like a science background for sure. So she's very intelligent. So I definitely loved her writing style. She's very quirky, very funny. So there's humor in this book for sure. And yeah, I love this cover, by the way. It's awesome. And then I want to show you, just because, this is from Aardvark. I love Aardvark Book Club. If you are not familiar with them, get familiar with them, because they're awesome. So I did pick this one up through Aardvark, and this is like what the cover looks like without the dust jacket on. It's just like gorgeous. Their color schemes are really, really cool. So that's how I feel about the cover. Pretty much, yeah, I don't have a whole lot else to say about the story. But I felt like it was medium paced. It wasn't, like thriller-esque where you just can't turn the pages fast enough. And there's like this big plot twist or anything at the end. But I felt like it had, some like good, mysterious elements, I guess you could say. Again, enough intrigue. You want to find out how it's all going to resolve. But yeah, the chemistry, the connection between Misery, that's her name, Misery Lark, and Lo, I think is, I feel like it's short for something, but Lo Moreland, our main male character, the alpha werewolf. Chemistry is on fire there. So again, if you are into all that, none of that bothers you, you're like, yeah, sign me up. I like all the weird. This book is for you. And also just for the nostalgia reason alone. Again, that's why I still gave it 4 stars. 'Cause I feel like the spice was a little too much for my taste. And again, I feel like it takes a lot for me to say that. Because I normally just, I don't find myself minding it too much. But in this book, I was just like, eh. But yeah, the reason I still then gave it 4 stars was honestly because of the nostalgia. Like, it just made me think of Twilight, and I loved those books so much. I know that was, of course, like between vampire and human. This was vampire and werewolf. So I thought that was like kind of a different, twist on the whole vampire, werewolf, human situation. But yeah, check it out if you want something different, or maybe, this is your jam and you like other books that are similar, then I'm sure you'll enjoy this one. And yeah, definitely check out Ali Hazelwood. Let me know if you've read any of her other books. I would love to know. I'll be back with another review, probably pretty soon. I want to start doing these reviews more often. So thanks for listening.